Hey everybody, vlogmas day 3, December 3rd, red nose day from a few years ago. I'm just gonna do my I guess rapid fire wrap up from November. uh anyway, so I read 11 books, 2 nonfiction, 9 fiction. The 2 nonfiction books get perfect scores because I don't really rate the nonfiction books. How do you rate a nonfiction? How do you rank somebody's life? So the first book was Al Capone by Deirdre Bear. It's basically about Al Capone. It's pretty solid. And then the second one was Into the Wild by John Krakauer. And I actually did a video on Into the Wild already, so I liked that a lot. Okay. I'm just gonna go from lowest rated to highest rated. We have Carton Quitter, Cwidder by Diana Wynne Jones. This is from 1975. It's not very good. It's kind of like a fantasy type deal, and it's just, I mean, it's for like middle schoolers, so I read it because it's from 1975. Got a 6.61 out of 10 for me. This wasn't my thing. Then there was Thor by Wayne Smith. This is not about the Norse god or the Avenger. Thor is a German shepherd who tries to protect his family or his pack from a werewolf. And it's told from the dog's point of view, which is really neat. Some stuff wrong with it, but it was pretty good all around. 7.18 out of 10. Then I read The Shepherd by Robert Forsyth. It was, I mean, calling this a book is a stretch. It was a 124-page, almost novella from 1975. But it was engaging and pretty solid. 7.8 out of 10. It was basically an RAF pilot in World War II is trying to go home for Christmas, gets lost in the fog, and another plane helps him. So, and then we have Ride the River by Louis L'Amour. This is book 4 or 5 of the Sackett series, part of the wagon train I'm a part of. It was okay. 7.99 out of 10. These books aren't that great to me. Then we had No Survivors by Will Henry, and this is basically Comanche was the horse that escaped from Little Bighorn in the massacre of Custer's 7th Cavalry, and the horse was the only survivor. Well, this book adds a rider to the horse who is basically there for the story, and it's pretty cool. And I gave that an 8.21 out of 10. And then we have Menagerie by Rachel Vincent. This was basically, it's a carnival, but it's like a zoo / carnival, so it's called a menagerie. And it's got a bunch of cryptids, like there's like an ifrit, there's a werewolf, there's a fae, there's a minotaur, stuff like that. And it's all about them, like the uprising of them breaking free. And I guess it's part 1 of, I don't remember how many. There might be 4. I can't remember. There might be 2, 3. It's book 1 of a series, and I gave that 8.38 out of 10. I'm not sure if I'll continue. Then we have another Diana Wynne Jones book, 8 Days of Luke, which is kind of neat because I kind of did a little mini review of this too. It's pretty cool. It's basically certain characters that most people have already know, and they are given slightly different names, and they're sent on a quest. and it's written really well, even though, again, it's for middle schoolers. And I gave that an 8.46 out of 10. Try not to give too much away on that one. And then number 2 for the month was The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand. It's really hard to quantify what this book's about. I mean, at its core, it's kind of a love story. I'm not sure a love story between who or what. Is it a love story between a man and his craft of architecture? Is it a love story between a man and a woman? Or is it a love story between a man and his ego? Or is it all three? I'm not really sure. But this got a 9.03 out of 10 for me. This is the book that Robbie the waiter tries to give Baby in Dirty Dancing. He says, take it, read it. I think you'll enjoy it, but make sure you return it. I have notes in the margin. So that's kind of neat. And I finally read it. And then my best book of the month and year is Wool by Hugh Howey. It's basically people are living underground in a giant silo that goes very, very far into the ground. I'm talking like 140 stories. And the air outside is poison, and you can't last for very long. And I gave that a 9.51 out of 10. And it's book 1 of a trilogy, and there's a TV show called Silo. And that actually is my number 1 book of the year. So far. And The Fountainhead actually is number 3 of the year. So I in November, I read my best book of the year and my number 3 book of the year. So, good month. Good month. So basically that was 11 books for 4,181 pages, which was an average of 139.37 per day. My biggest page day was 321, and the average book rating was 8.13. So, and I read 3 1975 books and 3 shelf books. So happy Vlogmas day 3, and I will see all of you tomorrow with something else. Down that road, reading more.